As long as India continues to ignore the issue of Kashmir, continue its policy of oppression and suppression in the valley, the reaction to that will be, unfortunately, that the domestic population will become the cannon fodder for terrorist organizations who want to conduct such attacks in the future. So that's why we feel it's important that we address the root cause of our problems. And in addition to that, you'll be aware and you'll join me in condemning the Indian government's decision to weaponize water and cut off the water supply for 240 million people. We feel it's important that if we are to have a new dialogue with India, if we are to make new promises amongst each other, if we are to perhaps sign new treaties, then it's all the more important that we abide by our old treaties, so we have confidence in each other that the new agreements that we are to make are worth more than the paper that they are written on. I think I've covered all the aspects there. I want to leave maximum time for you to be able to ask questions of me or of anybody else on the panel here today.
Nice to see you. Thank you for doing this. One question that I've been asking myself is this very...
Sure. I think that as we're sort of this conflict saw the excessive use of misinformation and disinformation. One thing that played to Pakistan's favor throughout this conflict is that we were transparent and we managed to maintain our credibility. We were transparent with the media, we were transparent with our public, and we were transparent with our allies. The events collaborate where we say 3 people are making claims in this situation: Pakistan, the United States, and India. 2 of us are saying one thing, one of them is saying something else. So I think it's sort of, you can try to figure out who's telling the truth. India employed disinformation not only during this conflict, they continue to employ disinformation as part of their delegation's tour. They lied to the international community and their own people about this terrorist attack. They were unable, to this day, they haven't shared either with the media, with their allies, or with Pakistan, who they fought a war with, who the terrorists were that were involved in this incident in Indian-occupied Kashmir. They have not been honest or forthcoming about the damages they sustained during this conflict. They still, to this day, refuse to admit how many airplanes they lost in this conflict. You can see who's had the same line consistently, whose views are being corroborated by the statements made not only from the presidency, but also from the State Department. Marco Rubio's tweet on the night of the ceasefire, after he spoke to all sides, includes 3 important points. Not only obviously reference to the immediate ceasefire, but also an indication about future conversations at a neutral territory covering all friction points. So, I mean, I guess that's the answer to my question.